In a few weeks, we will read the Megillah on Purim, and one of the key concepts of the Purim holiday is nahafochu. Everything that is predictable gets flipped upside down on its head, and that which you didn't think would happen happens, and that which you expect to happen doesn't happen. And this has been a period of nahafochu, a period in which the predictable and stable parts of the world have been turned upside down, and we've been living in a destabilized society. It's been very difficult during this pandemic, to say the least. And I noticed a nahafochu last Shabbat that I wanted to share. When I got to Beth El, when I arrived here about 7 years ago, there was a very sparse Tat service. I mean, we had a Tat Shabbat service, I think at that point, every other week, maybe one kid, two kids, and we decided to really invest in growing that and cultivating that community. And last Shabbat, I left the sanctuary and I peeked into the den, and I saw there were so many children, young kids with their parents, and they were singing and they were marching around in a circle. And it was so hope-giving. And then I left the den and I came back to the sanctuary, and the numbers were small. There was very low energy in the sanctuary, because even as people started coming back and returning to synagogue, the Omicron variant scared people away again. And so our numbers have been low. And I worry that those little children who peek into the sanctuary will get a sense that it will be sort of the opposite of what it used to be here. Well, they'll look around and say, hey, how come there aren't people here? Where is the energy, the ruach, the spirit of Shabbat? And we have in this week's parsha, we have the mitzvah of Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. We're familiar with this verse from the liturgy and from saying Kiddush. The Torah says that you shall keep Shabbat and you shall perform the mitzvahs, the mitzvot of Shabbat, lidorotam berit olam, for generations. This will be Shabbat, will be an expression of our covenant with God. And the Mefarshim, the commentators, interpret this to mean that the younger generations have to see their elders, right, the adults of the community, keeping Shabbat, celebrating Shabbat, being joyful on Shabbat, if we want them to continue along in this covenant. So my hope is that if it's safe for you, you'll come back. You'll spend some time with us here Friday night, Shabbat morning, and you'll celebrate with us this joyous gift that God has given us, this gift of 25 hours of serenity, of peace, of sacredness. And that when our little children take their tiny little fingers and they open the door and they peek into the sanctuary, they'll see what's going on and they'll say, I want to be a part of that too. So I hope to see you soon. I miss you very much, and Shabbat Shalom.